Well, good evening. I'm Clare Petulengro, and I am here this evening to do some live readings for the next half an hour. So if you fancy finding out what the stars have in store for you, then don't forget to comment your star sign and maybe a question about what you'd like to ask, or perhaps leave it to us to find out. I'm hoping tonight that my cousin Deborah Petulengro, who's in Blackpool, will be joining us. And actually, I've just seen, guys, that she is backstage. She's managed to join us. So hold on a moment. I'm going to bring her online right now. Deborah, hello, good evening.
Hello.
Deborah, move over because there's my Heavenly Petulengro as well. Heavenly, how are you this evening?
Okay.
Good. And have you been busy today down in Blackpool?
Yeah.
She's been giving readings with the tarot cards today.
You've been giving readings with your tarot cards. Listen, Heavenly, I've got to ask you, how is it for you going to work in a gypsy family like we are in our family, having to go down and give readings rather than like play with your toys? Because I know that when I was your age, I thought I didn't appreciate it, but in actual fact, it gives us a lot of wisdom, Heavenly, doesn't it? It's like the insight of life and what's going on.
It's like, like you can read someone's hand. It's like reading a book, and I like reading books. So.
Do you know what? I get exactly the same thing. It's a little bit Heavenly, like opening a book with no cover on and not really knowing what kind of story you're going to find within the book, are you? But listen, I know that Mum, guys, if you're watching, can't see the comments on the page, and I've been inboxed like crazy, and actually I've got to turn my phone on silent now. I've been inboxed like crazy to ask for readings from Deborah as well as myself, and also from you, Heavenly, as well. But that's no surprise. I was giving readings since I was 6 years old. So I'm going to read some of the comments to you. Fiona Bergen says she's a Capricorn, she'd love a reading. Nicola McEwen is saying, hey, Claire and Deborah as well. So Deborah, listen, people are already dying to hear from you as well. Tell everybody where you are and about our family line as well, Deborah. Let's fill them in a bit. Oh, she's frozen a little bit. Listen, where Deborah is, there's a very bad...
I can't hear you. It's breaking up again. Every time we try, it breaks up.
Well, listen, don't worry, because I can hear you sometimes when you talk, and when I can, I will make sure that I play the video. But we're going to be giving some readings tonight as well. But I wanted people to see like where you are and what you do. Go on, Heavenly. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Let me take that off for a moment. Let's have a little look. We've got lots of people that want readings tonight. I'm going to have a little look through and pick some people as well. Don't forget as well, guys, that you can send stars to support this page, but I don't just give readings to people who send stars. I do give readings to anybody that asks. And if I don't get to you all tonight, then don't worry, because I will get to all of you in time. And I am, in fact, live 5 times a week as well. And if you want to get a bit more up close and personal, then you can always join my private members club at www.clarepetulengro.tv. It's also home of my Bella B gemstone shop, in, of course, association with What I Love, which the Leslie Anthony I see is online right now as well. Lots of people wanting readings tonight. So listen, let me just chat no more. Should I just get my tarot cards at the ready, and let's get on to give some readings to some of you, shall we? Who's desperate tonight? Because I do like to get to the desperate people as well. Hello, Lou Allen. Hello, Deborah Simpson. How are you? Okay, let me pick somebody. I'm going to pick somebody that hasn't asked for a reading straight away. I'm going to pick a lady called Lou Allen. Good evening to you, Lou Allen. I hope you don't mind, but do be aware, guys, if you do choose to come on my page, then I may well pick you for a reading, whether you want me to or not. But if you know somebody that would like a reading, somebody that's in need of a forecast or two, then do remember to like, follow and share my page, or maybe start a watch party. 2 words, or not 2 words, more than 2 words come to mind for you, Lou Allen, and that is... that a leopard doesn't change its spots. And straight away for you, my darling, I do feel that people have again and again, and I picked 2 cards for you here. I will show them to you in just a moment. Let me interpret to you exactly what they say. You've stumbled and you've fallen as well, Lou Allen, but it's never, ever, ever been your fault. So could you please pick yourself up, dust yourself off and start again, because we've got the judgment card for you. And the judgment card tells me, Llewellyn, that you worry too much what other people think about you, and that where family are concerned, they haven't always understood what you're going through. You're also starting again to some degree, and I don't know whether that's financially or I don't know whether that's emotionally, but what I do know is that the building blocks are firmly in place, Lou. And I think at the moment what you're doing, and I'm going to pick up the crystal ball for this as well, I said at the beginning of the reading, a leopard doesn't change its spots. And what I want you to do for me is to make sure that you understand who's constantly brought you down, because it seems to me that someone's still in your life, Llewellyn, who doesn't change and who won't ever change. And I think you owe it to yourself now to recognize that and roar up like the lion you can be, because at the moment, guys, the sun is in Leo, and when the sun's in Leo, we often take on the characteristics of that sun sign. So it's all about pride, it's all about dignity, but you may well feel, Lou, a little bit like you're disappointed in yourself. Well, let me tell you tonight that you don't need to be, because here's the judgment card. It's undignified, which tells me others are in the wrong. Here's where your home has fallen, but also what I see for you is that that home is rebuilding. So you know where you need to go. You know what you need to do. You just need to have belief in yourself. If you can do that, my darling, that I see for you that the winter time is when finances really come into their own, and when you understand where you're meant to be going as well. Lou, you look from your photograph, sorry, you look from your photograph like you've got loads of confidence. I'm using, look, my own gemstone filled water bottle, available on my website, guys, but I've got to talk to Lou right now, so hold on a moment. Lou, it seems to me that you look like you've got confidence, but you don't feel it inside. In fact, I almost feel inside myself like I'm crumbling right now, and that you felt like you're crumbling more often than not. So can you believe in you? And could you please go back to the basics of who you are and also what you believe in about yourself, please? There we go. Okay, so let's have a little look then. Oh, so many comments as well. It's so nice to see you all here this evening, guys. Let me have a little look. We've got a bit of a different evening tonight, because what we've got, hello Claire Kerr, how are you? Let's pick a card for you as well. Lots of other people I want to get through as well tonight. The lineup tonight is, I'm going to be live here until past, and then I'm going to be going into my private members club. You can also join my private members club as well for the price of a coffee and a piece of cake. Or does that depend on what kind of piece of cake that you like? We don't quite know, do we? Deborah's back. Let's have a look. Deborah, hello.
Hi, I'm so sorry. The phone keeps cutting out, and I'm trying, but we shall see if it holds out. We shall see.
Listen, if you don't know who Deborah is, Deborah, I'm just about to do a reading for Clare Kerr. If you don't know who Deborah is, she is my cousin in Blackpool, who's very kindly given her time up tonight to come and give you guys some reading. Claire, it's about rebuilding you as well, and it's about starting up something that you've given up. It also shows that you gave it up for family. So I do feel for you, my darling, that something you started, you stopped midway. You need to go back into it. But listen, Claire, it's not going to be easy. Debs, when you want to rebuild yourself up from something that you've given up, I think pride comes a lot into it, doesn't it? And we worry too much about what other people think about us. How do you think people should go back into something and not care what others think?
I think you've just got to take a little leap of faith and just keep going, because once you stop, you're just going to ruin everything. So you've just got to take that little leap of faith and just go with it. Put your insecurities away and take the little step of faith. But the sun is in Leo at the minute, so it's all about a bit of pride in yourself as well.
It is, isn't it? It's all about that. Listen, we've got some gentlemen on the page as well. And I don't know if you know about this, but normally it's more women than men that come for readings. But we've got a Henry Lowe as well. Samantha Norcup from Lengro Live as well. She wants a reading from you, Deborah, as well. She's commenting there as well. Listen, Sammy, I will ask Deborah, but in the meantime, I can't leave the men to feel like they're left out. So I'm going to go for Henry as well, if that's okay. You say, Henry, you've got an upcoming birthday reading, and you're a Leo as well. You're asking for Deborah as well. Everybody wants Deborah. Oh, Henry, I've already picked you. Why don't we go back to back, Libra? back to back Libra, back to back Deborah on Henry as well. Let's both shuffle our cards and see what we see for Henry. Henry's a guy, he's a Leo as well. You haven't said a question, Henry. You've left it to me, and I've picked a world card for you.
Wow.
The world is your oyster, but listen, Henry, you've basically been built up and you built yourself up. And you were a man who, in his time, you were quite proud, like a Leo is, because the sun's in your sign at the moment. When the sun is in your sign, it means you're full of solar energy. So you take on, every time it's your birthday, you take on the solar energy of your sign. So we feel best at the time of our birthday. But what I know is that recent events, Henry, they've made you feel, the word disgusted is too strong, but us gypsies, we like to go in strong. And I think you've been broken down. But don't you think, Deborah, sometimes we are broken down to become stronger in those broken places, aren't we?
I do, but I also feel that I have to give him just a little prediction. I've got Great Granny's crystal ball tonight, Claire. Can you see?
I haven't held that in years. Go on.
So I really feel that it doesn't matter how slow you go, but you have to keep going. Do not stop. Just keep going, because it doesn't matter how slow, you are gonna get there in time. A bit quicker than you think. A bit quicker than you think.
Yeah, Deborah, those times when we come in our lives and we have those days where we think, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to do anything. Don't you think sometimes you just have to go into that routine, even no matter how hard it pushes you, because before you know it, you are rolling again, you're going for it, a little bit of music, get back into things, and also mix it up as well is the answer, I think.
Yeah, and I also think the days when you feel down and weary and tired, they end up to be the best days, because you find that a lot of good things happen in them days. So before you go to bed at night, you have actually picked yourself up from the morning.
Listen, Deborah, I don't often talk about our personal life. This morning when I was working and I got that phone call and I called you and I said, I don't know whether I got a job offer, basically, guys. And I said, I don't think I want to do it. And Deborah said something to me. She went, the sun's in Leo, and that means you've got to get outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
That's a hard thing to do, but sometimes when we do it, it's euphoric, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And nobody can stop you. Do you know, like us as people, we're human beings. We're our only worst enemy. It's only us who can ruin ourselves. Nobody else can ruin you, only yourself. So if you're feeling down and you feel like everybody's on your case, in actual fact, no, they're not. It's you who's on your case, because it's only yourself who can ruin you.
Listen, guys, I'm going to say this once tonight. Deborah's had an awful week of deaths and different things around the family. And your outlook on life, Deborah, you give me inspiration every single day. And I love you, cousin. I really do. But listen, we've got a guy joining us tonight, and I've got to bring him up here. This is Thomas Wyatt, right? And basically, I do believe, Sammy, let me know if I'm right or wrong. I think Thomas, is that my Thomas that's on Friends of Derek Akora Project, the medium? Do let me know straight away, Debs, if it is or it isn't, because if it is, I'm waiting to find out from Sammy, actually. He is a medium, guys. And if it is the same Thomas, you need to be following him, because he's absolutely incredible, absolutely wonderful. It is indeed. Right, Debs, you and we need to have a coffee with Thomas. Thomas is from Ireland. Tell people about the Irish Travellers as well.
So I'm on Blackpool Prom an awful lot, and I get a lot of people calling me lots of names, as you can imagine. But I'm not an Irish traveller. I am a Romany. I am born into the Romany life. But a lot of travellers, they're not born into it, shall I say. They can choose to be a traveller, but we are Romanis. And I was only speaking to Claire this week on lots of things in the news and the newspapers about where they've said gypsies, and in actual fact, it's not been gypsies, it's been travellers, yet we get the backlash all the time.
Yep. Thomas is an amazing medium. Listen, guys, if you're on my page and you're not following Thomas, you're making mistakes. Follow Thomas. He's absolutely incredible. I'm going to do you mind if I just chuck stuff on you? Is that all right, cuz?
Yes, of course.
Right. I'm going to drink my cup of tea because my throat's a bit sore. There's a lady here called Amy Aldana. What's the reading? She says, my husband is having trouble focusing on work and separating our relationship from it. Can he have a card? He's a Cancer. Amy, let's give you a card for the moment, because do you know what? When people come into our Dukering places, our places of work, and they want a reading, sometimes they come in about a partner or a family member or a friend, but sometimes it needs to be more about that person as well. We never know what a card will bring up as well. So
now,
why don't
Amy, I just feel more drawn to Amy, and I know she's asked for a husband, but I'm feeling more drawn to Amy. I'm feeling really, really goosebumpy here at the minute. In the crystal ball, it's really, really strong. I can feel like an older male, Amy. Grandfather. No, it's not a grandfather. It's your father. Is your father passed? It's really, really strong. What the crystal's telling me, and it's really, I've got all goosebumps up my back at the minute. Something is going on. I really feel that they're telling me, Amy, that you need to do the right thing. They're telling me to tell you that you need to do the right thing. You know the right thing, Amy. You've got to do it. But also, I'm feeling warm sensations all across here. It's going into me back, but I'm feeling like burning sensations here. So whatever you've got to do, girl, go and do it.
Okay, all right, Amy. So that is
weird. Amy, what have you done to me?
I love that. Let's see what your question was, Amy. So hold on, let's have a look.
Please let us know in the comments, Amy.
So your husband's having trouble on work. Let me see if I can give a little. Is your husband watching, Amy? Because I don't like to leave anybody out. And also sometimes I feel it's all women on here. So let me just pick a card for Amy's husband as well and see what it says. Okay, so as far as your husband's separation from work is concerned, there's no bond for himself at the moment with work as well. It seems that the people he's working with are acting like children as well. So Deborah's given you a prediction for yourself. What I feel is that he needs to wait for somebody to grow up at work as well. Do you know what? You can choose your loved ones. You can choose your family, your friends. You can choose who you choose to love in a relationship. But we can't choose the people that we work with, can we? And I think as far as people that he's working with, as a Cancerian, when the sun is in Leo at the moment, it also brings out your need to right wrongs. And so your husband's probably feeling at the moment, well, that's not right, the way they're doing that. I don't agree with what he's saying or she's saying. And I think with your husband at the moment, he needs to get a reality check, and that sounds rather rude, about the fact that work is work. And sometimes in our work, people don't care because they're going home to their loved ones. So he needs to cut off, Amy, from what is work and what is personal. And if he can grow a hard shell, which would have been better a few weeks ago with the sun in Cancer, but the sun in Leo, we can't always do that. He needs to put pride to one side as well. Don't forget, Amy, if you want to take this further, then inbox Deborah as well for a private reading. Look at you all wanting Deborah as well. Deborah, Deborah can't see the comments.
I can't. No.
She can.
We're going to sort that out as well. I'm bringing her up a new Apple laptop. Amazing reading, Deb, the comments say. Let's have a little look. You two seem good together. Nice feelings from you both. That's because we're cousins. Really, thank you very much.
And I love my cousin. I really, from the bottom of my heart, love my cousin Claire. She's such a lovely, genuine person, girls. I'm just very blessed to have her.
I love you too. I love you too. Does that mean I get one of your dogs then, one of your puppies? Oh my God, she's got these puppies, guys. If you haven't seen them, go on her page and have a look. Jem Louise, you say you're a Leo. Your husband is a Pisces. So you've got a fire sign with a water sign. When you have a fire sign with a water sign, the problem is the water sign, you can put out what your husband wants to do. So your husband will be rising up. He must seem like a child to you sometimes. So the answer for you, Jem Louise, is stop mothering your husband. He doesn't need a mother. He needs a partner. I'm going to pick a card for you as well, Gem Louise. It's just sticking out to me as well. Beautiful Ace of Wands. What do aces mean in tarot cards? It means a spark of new beginnings. So for you, it means that you need to go back to where you were, Gem Louise, when you began your relationship with your husband. You need to really associate all of your feelings with what you like. Do you know what? Don't you think, Deborah, when you're in a relationship, not going to lie, guys, I'm single right now, right? Debs is married.
I've been divorced, though.
When you're in a relationship, it does go through that stage, Deb, doesn't it? Where, you know, there's all that excitement and then it kind of laments and you get to that whatever. How do you think people can put a spark back in the... How do you keep the magic alive, Deb? Teach me.
Yeah, I think you've always got to make time for you and your partner, because life, work, children get in the way, and sometimes you lose yourself. Like you and your partner, you lose all, not so much the love, but all the affection and the spontaneousness.
Yeah.
So you need to maybe set like movie nights or date nights.
I like that.
And keep it fresh, keep it going. Evan is at the side of me going,
Oh.
But I really think that just because you was dating once and it's gone down the line in the relationship, go back to where it started.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to keep things alight in a relationship.
Yeah. Listen, I've got a message here from a lady called, is it Dania Page? I'd love a reading for my partner, Josh. You're both a Scorpio. Well, you love and hate each other. Do you know what? The two signs together, very often when you get two signs at the same sign together, the very things that you fall in love with each other about can become the things that you hate about each other as well. You want a reading for your partner, Josh. I don't just do readings when you're asking about your partner, because normally they're on your side going, go and ask about me. It will come up with what it's coming up with as well, Dania. Can I just say what a beautiful face you've got? But also, it's like I get from your face, you things that you've studied or done, you should have done better in the classes or things that you studied at. So I feel that if you've gone to get qualification, you're like me and Deborah, you wouldn't have gone the natural route of doing a course, because you wouldn't have done as well in your course as you're meant to, because you're alternative like us. And I think you're a woman who's meant to have her own company, her own business. I've got the full card undignified, which means you had dreams, you talked about them too much instead of doing them. And I think as far as your partner Josh is concerned, there's something that he needs to give up, and I'd be really interested in your part.
I get that, Claire.
Yeah, I think Josh, I'd like you to comment, and I'll go further. But I think Josh, there's more going on with you than you're admitting to your other half, and I think that other bit that's going on as well doesn't relate to your partner. I'm not worried about your relationship. I'm worried about you and your relationship with your family before, because I think you felt when you were growing up, Josh, that you were like a square peg in a round hole. And it's not to say that you feel, this is going to extremes. It's not like saying that you feel like you were adopted when you were growing up, but you were different from the people that you grew up with. And I think when you feel like that way, you've got to embrace who you are, because we are all who we are. We're all colourful characters, and that doesn't make us right or wrong. But to understand yourself, Josh, to accept yourself, I don't feel Josh has got any self-acceptance.
Can I just say, Claire, as you know, I've got my crystal with me. You cannot change, Josh, who you are, but you can change what you do.
Yeah.
So just remember, you can't change who you are, but you can change what you do.
Yeah, yeah. As we go forward in life, I think what's really important is every cloud has a silver lining. I think for Josh at the moment, I think that you are outweighing in a way the bad things that are around. And everybody in everyday life, we all have bad things. There's always death and taxes. There's always like a job to get up to do. But you've got to like focus, Josh, on the good things in your life, because Dana, and I hope I'm not saying your name wrong, I think almost it's bringing everything down as well. I also feel a birth around as well. And I feel problems around a birth, questions around a birth, but I feel that the lack of stress will solve everything around everybody as well. And also, Dana, don't forget as well that when we choose to love somebody, it's like they say, isn't it? These two people come together, you become that family. You can no longer be part of the families you were from. You can associate with them, you can love them. but sometimes you have to be a unit of two people. And when we spread ourselves too thinly, that's where problems start to occur, isn't it, Debs?
It is. It sure is, Claire.
Okay, Amina is commenting. Amina, Yasmin, hello, Claire. Anything for me tonight? Deb's gone. Take Amina for me.
Can I take a card for you? Is it Amina? Is that what we're doing?
Amina Yassin.
Right, let's have a look. See what we've got. I'm using the Clare Petulengro cards.
What
are they?
The very clairvoyant.
Oh, thank you, my beautifully heavenly. I love you. And listen, guys, don't forget to like, follow, share this page. Make sure you're following Deborah Petulengro as well. You will see her name underneath. Make sure, perhaps Sammy, if you're still online, if you could put Deborah's link details up for people to click onto. Make sure you like this page, guys, and then you won't miss any of her lives. Set your phone to notifications to make sure that you get hold of her.
So, Amina, I have drawn a card for you, and it's one of the fabulous cards in Claire's pack, and it's actually the Empress, which is Auntie Eva Petulengro. Now, this card, to me, Amina, is fertility. Now, fertility in a card can mean new beginnings and the birth of new projects. But I feel drawn to the crystal ball for you. So I'm going to pick my other crystal up. Just hold that one for me, Heavenly.
Okay.
We'll go with the bigger crystal for you, Amina.
That's a really good one.
Oh, you're so lucky, Amina.
I'm in my shop tonight, so Amina, I feel this card for you isn't fertility of birthing new projects, new things in work, new finances. This is actually fertility for you for a baby. Now, I don't know if that's something that you want or something you've been trying for or something you've had and want in the future, or you've got children. I don't know you, Amina, but this card I've drawn has drawn me to the crystal ball, and I really do feel a baby is basically going to be conceived very soon. And with the feel of the crystal ball, I think you're going to have a beautiful one of these, a little girl.
Right, let me just roll up
Please
here.
let me know in the comments. I really do like feedback, so please give me a little bit of feedback in the comments, please.
Listen, let me, as I said, Deborah can't read the comments from where she is. If you are in Blackpool, she's in Coral Island, at the back of Coral Island, in her shop tonight. I'm so grateful that she's joining us. Listen, we've got some feedback from somebody we just read for called Dana Page. She says, so correct. Oh my God. You're both amazing women.
Oh, thank you.
I'll get my husband to follow you and come on next time. I've trained on beauty therapist and went to start my own business, but I never got there fully. I knew that you'd started, but you hadn't finished. Never got there fully. Everything you've said is correct. We've just had a baby. We had a 4-year-old, and you're correct about the family situations. So much that nobody knows. And you've hit everything to the point. Thank you. Listen, Dana, do me a favor. Go on over to Deborah's page and leave a review on Deborah's page for other people to read as well. I've only just managed to get my cousin properly on Facebook as well. So Amina's got a question for you there. Amina, private message Deborah as well, because we're going to have to go on to other people now.
So my phone's going a bit in and out at the minute.
Okay. We've literally got 2 minutes before I have to go to my private members club. Guys, if you are not a member of my private members club, do get on over to clarepetulengro.tv. That's where I'm going to be about 3 minutes time to look after my private members and go deeper as well. If you're not following Deborah, make sure that you are. And I'm going to be over at 8 o'clock on Derek Akora's page as well.
So my connection is going very, very poor.
That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Let's have a little look. Oh my God, says Amina, I'm shocked. Amina, comment quickly. Are you shocked in a good way or a bad way? You just popped up on there. I've given you to my cousin. Let us know. I can't go off live until I know if we've looked after you or not. Leslie Anthony said private members is great. Listen, guys, if you do like any of my gemstones that I'm wearing tonight, then do private message Leslie Anthony.
Please.
Or go to my Bella B gemstone shop as well.
I don't know what you're doing if you're not.
Thank you very, very much, Heavenly, indeed. Heavenly, come on and say hello quickly before we go. Amina, do comment. We need to know that you're okay. We don't like to leave anybody. and not knowing if the prediction we've had. But listen, if you get a reading from a Petulengro, you need to know that you're going to get a very blunt, very honest reading as well. So don't come on if you don't want to be told.
Brilliant.
Told as well. Michelle Hayes says private members is great. Amina, come on, text us or message us before we go. Hello, Michelle Hayes. How are you? Hello, Heavenly. Michelle, Heavenly, could you say hello to Michelle Hayes, please? She wants to say hello to you. Oh, I don't think she can hear us. Heavenly, Deborah, can you hear me? Oh, I don't know if you can. Amina, let us know you got your message okay. Oh my God, I shocked. I don't know whether or not that's in a good way or a bad way. I hope it is. Love you here in Ireland, says Teresa Ryan. You know what? Deborah and I will be going on tour in the future as well. So let us know where you are so we can plan.
We do nothing else but be blunt with Petulengros.
Exactly. So listen, guys, if you didn't get a reading tonight, then you will get one. Let me take Deborah off. She's lost the connection there. If you didn't get a reading tonight, then don't worry. I will be back on Derek Akora's page tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what time. I think it's 11:30. And you can catch me live in my private members club in just a moment. And I will see you all soon. I hope you've enjoyed our time with us. And I hope you're having a wonderful evening. More soon from us. Take care.